Have you here for a midweek edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This should be an intriguing contest. Alongside Chris Webber and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson, the fourth member of our crew, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Brian, as the NBA pivots away from the post and towards the perimeter, we're seeing more teams employ three-guard lineups to great effect, trading some size for skill. We'll see if the trend continues, but guys, for now, it seems that even if there's only one ball, having multiple ball handlers can be very effective.
Well, very interesting, Allie. Good stuff there. Thank you. And for an idea of how the league is shaping up right now, take a look at these latest power rankings. You look at the Grizzlies, they're a rising team climbing to 5th on the board.
When I look at Indiana, they've gotten off to a sluggish start, still trying to figure out how all the pieces fit together and get things running smoothly.
And now Indiana's starting group. We've got Miles Turner. Halliburton is out there with Jackson, and it's Duarte in at the 3 slot. And for Detroit, they've got Cunningham, Isaiah Stewart out there with Bojan Bogdanovic. Then there's James Wiseman, new season.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is coming up. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Detroit Pistons going up against the Indiana Pacers. Along with Steve Smith and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And our friend on the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge, who we'll be hearing from shortly. DA, it's all yours.
Thank you, Kevin. Tyrese Halliburton is accustomed to winning. He says anyone that's been around me knows how much I want to win. The goal first and foremost is helping change this culture for the better. I'm here for a reason, to make an impact. To go in the right direction, I've got to be a vocal leader and just have fun playing basketball. Kevin?
Well, DA, clearly he wants to make his mark. Thanks for that report. And tonight, Greg, two teams with a lot of history that know each other very, very well.
And sometimes familiarity breeds contempt. And that goes for the players, coaches, and fans.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Jackson is out there with Turner. Then there's Tyrese Halliburton. And it's Duarte in at the small forward position. And for Detroit, here we go. They've got James Wiseman, Isaiah Stewart out there with Bogdanovic. Then it's Cunningham, and it's Ivy in at the shooting guard. Halliburton passes to Turner. Down low. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
And I'll bet that's what they talked about before the game, getting the ball inside early.
Stewart passes to Cunningham. Here's the lob to the hoop, and the dunk by Stewart.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets, an exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Now, here is Halliburton. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. Hands the 12-footer.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
Here's Stewart. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Here's Cunningham. Tries again. And it's good, 2 points.
Yeah, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Now Halliburton. Turner with a screen for Halliburton. Into the lane.
And when Sacramento took Tyrese Halliburton 12 overall in the 2020 draft, they expected him to contribute right away. And Tyrese delivered, winning NBA Rookie of the Month in his first 2 months in the league.
Halliburton at the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for. So he makes 1 of 2. As the second one misses. Here's Ivy. Here he goes. Excellent defense there from Halliburton. Such a calming influence on the floor. Halliburton plays great, way older than his age.
And remember, Halliburton spent 2 years in college. Most of the time we see one-and-done guys. But that second year can do wonders for your career. I stayed for the full 4 years, and that extra experience went a long way.
Now here's Wiseman. And that's off the glass and in.
And just wait until Wiseman has time to develop his moves, which are still somewhat raw at this stage.
The Pacers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Halliburton for 3. Nailed from three-point land. Halliburton's got 6.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
It makes sense, right? You're trying to get off to a fast start, and he can help with that.
Well, for Detroit, their last game a loss to the Kings.
When they ran the offense right, they found some easy shots, but on that occasion, it was few and far between.
You know, they take 1 step forward, 2 steps back, and exercise and frustration.
Here's Bogdanovich, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. Here's Turner. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And how often do bigs make plays like that? Turner with the impressive display of creativity and body control.
For some teams, free. All right, look who's coming onto the court. Come on, get back for your Pistons dancer.
So Detroit ends up going with the new group. And obviously the season's just begun, but never too soon to check out the power rankings. Let's see how these teams are stacking up. You look at the Grizzlies. They've achieved some upward momentum, climbing to the 5th spot on the board.
And checking out Indiana, they've started out slow. It's not for a lack of want to. It's just the way the roster is composed. They have as many questions on that roster as they have answers.
First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. And Joseph kicks to Burks.
2 minutes remaining.
The Pistons working the ball around now.
2 minutes.
Bagley with a screen on McConnell. Bagley, and Bagley able to finish.
And the dogged attitude of Bagley. When shots go up, he wants to be the first to pounce on misses.
McConnell passes to Tice. The kick out to Hill. And the 3 off target. For Detroit, they've gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Passes it to Joseph. Now Diallo. Hits the 3-point bomb.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Pass to Heel. Lets the 3 fly. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Hey, players love competition, and the fans love it as well.
The Pistons trail it. And Joseph kicks to Bagley. To the inside. It's tipped. Hill against Burks. And the basket by Hill.
Hill showing some deceptive strength in his wiry frame.
The Pistons have gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. Driving in. He can't get that one, so Indiana will take it the other way. And this is their first time matched up with the Pistons this year.
Yeah, and they took care of business against this group last year, winning the season series.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
And here is Joseph. George Hill getting it to go from deep. Here's McConnell. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
So it's Detroit now. 9-point game. Now here's Diallo, covered by Heel. Pass to McConnell. To the middle. Here's Tice. And Tice throws it down.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
And it's helped them build an early lead. They just need to stay aggressive.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Bitten shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. Right back after this break. And one of the league leaders in steals and deflections, T.J. McConnell, explains how he causes havoc on the floor.
It's all about just reading the way they're passing the ball in. If I see a moment of weakness or they dislodge and give me a chance to get in and get my hand in there, I try to take advantage of it.
He does. Boy, he is all hustle.
And undrafted back in 2015. But that energy and effort is what's earned McConnell a place in this league.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And quite a position here for the Pacers to be in. What do you guys think?
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
This is where you credit the guys in the front office for going out and getting you the pieces you need.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court right now for the Pacers. They've got Halliburton. Miles Turner out there with Jackson. And it's Duarte in at the small forward. Pacers leading by 10. And you talk about how important a situation can be for a rookie. Weissman came into an ideal one.
He did, Kevin. You talk about a kid getting coached up advice from multiple Hall of Famers. James Wiseman was also willing to listen, and he made the most of it. That shows how much a team's culture matters. Attacking the defense with the pass. Don't need to be a hero.
Tries from 10, and the rebound goes to the Pacers. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
And defensively in that one, they needed to come up with big stops to quiet that crowd, and that's obviously easier said than done.
Yes, the other team is feeding off that enthusiasm. You have to try and match that energy. The defense was clearly not on the same page. No one picked up the open man.
Halliburton for three. Bogdanovich grabs the miss.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
11 feet away, and with that shot, the Indiana lead is cut down to 9 in the bucket from Ivy. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Here's Halliburton. 14 points from him the last game against the Knicks in New York. And the three ball is good.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
The reason why they stayed aggressive, and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to.
Here's Cunningham after Indiana gets the three. Heisman no good. Now here is Halliburton. He has 6. Here's Duarte. And Indiana, another 3.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the result.
You know, Steve, you look around the league, a couple teams already suffering injuries, testing that depth early on.
And Kevin, because they came into the season with high hopes, it's really a test of their mental resolve as well.
Hey fans, who wants some free tea? This makes some All right, look who's coming onto the court. Come on, get back for your Pistons dancer.
All right, a chance to look at numbers for Cunningham. He's been on a remarkable tear this past month. He's around 14 points per game, 8 assists, and 5 rebounds. And he is such a huge part of what this team does on offense.
Yes, night in and night out, he's their go-to option. He accepts that responsibility and thrives at it.
Now, here is Halliburton. The three-pointer is right on target. Brissett's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Here's Ivy. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Number 00.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Pacers?
They didn't need any time to warm up from long range today. Their three-point shooting has been terrific in the first half.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown.
And he makes the first. Greg, playing most of your career in the 90s, the game has really changed. Less physical, more skilled. But what role has the league played in all of that change?
Well, the NBA is at the forefront of these changes. The competition committee that they have that meets annually to discuss ways to try to improve the game. Listen, they're not going to always knock it out of the park, but you have to keep thinking forward. And I applaud the league for their attempts to try to improve this game and grow.
And there it is for him. Halliburton's got his third bucket of the night.
This is why you're trying to get him as many touches as possible. He's got the neck.
1:43 left here in the second. Right at the free throw line. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Brissett passes to Orte. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Pistons trailed by 19. Now the pass to Bagley. The dish to Cunningham. Going inside. And foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
13 foul.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Line for your Pistons. Cunningham. K. Cunningham. 2 shots.
The first one falls. Detroit making a switch here. Brooks is checked in. And so Cunningham nails both of them.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Halliburton passes to Brissett. Now, here's Tice. Indiana moving it around. Cunningham with it. He's coming off a 10-point game against Sacramento.
And what opened things up for him was his passing. He was making so many plays that the D had to play off him.
Now, Halliburton. Following the three-point attempt by Cade Cunningham. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Cunningham looking it over. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Cunningham's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answering each other from range.
A shot by Burks. Nobody around. And another three for Detroit.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
Here's Duarte. Passes it to Tice. Halliburton for three. And so it's Indiana sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. They've been sharp from beyond the arc, putting on a terrific three-point shooting display. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Coach Carlisle with me. Rick, a tremendous first half offensively. What pleased you about the team's effort?
Our pace is good. You know, we're making a good effort defensively, but they're starting to hit some shots, so we're going to have to keep it tightened up.
We'll see what happens as the game continues. Thanks for your time. Back to you guys.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
Welcome, everybody. This game revealing a big disparity in play. What a performance so far for the Indiana Pacers.
They obviously crushed it from deep. They were firing it from every angle and kept hitting the target. I mean, look at the score. Obviously, a lot of things went right for them, but that's a big one.
Okay, time now to see how the Eastern Conference is starting to shape up.
Taking a look here at Indiana. They're right where I expected them to be. The effort is there, but their play is inconsistent. Feels like they're still constructing this roster. We'll see what they look like by the end of the year.
And that'll do it for our halftime show. Let's get you back out to the game.
Where's Crafty? Where's my mac and cheese?
Right there with you, brother. I need my kale salad, though.
Kale salad. Mac and cheese. Veritable twins. I'm opting for the blue cheese lasagna.
Ooh, what is that?
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. They trail by 14. Following this one, they get to host the Warriors. And that will be the third of 5 straight played at home. We've got Isaiah Stewart. He's out there with James Wiseman. Bogdanovich out there with Cunningham. And it's Ivy in at the 2 guard. That's the 5 and the 4 for the Pistons.
And Kevin, when we talk about new age bigs in the NBA, one of the first I think of is Miles Turner. Here's a guy who has led the league in blocks, but can also stretch the floor.
Not just a knockdown shooter, he does a great job of finding space for his shot.
Here's Ivy. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging around 13.5 points a game.
Oh, that's a big man move by Wiseman, roughing up the D with that emphatic finish.
Here's Halliburton. In 2018-19, not only did Turner lead the NBA in swats, he also shot almost 40%, Greg, on his threes.
And you go back just like 10 years ago, you'd never think we'd see players with the skill set of Turner. But this is how the game has evolved. And guys like Turner are just so valuable for teams to have.
The round second. Get free t-shirts. Now who is the loudest? All right. Look who's coming onto the court. Come on, get back for your Pistons dancer.
Corey Joseph's checked in for Cunningham. Fields checked in for Indiana. T.J. McConnell comes in for Halliburton. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Here's Ivy. It's rebounded by Indiana.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game. 12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Here's Joseph. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Knocks it loose, and it goes up.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation with Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke. This is Brian Anderson, plus our reporter, Allie LaForce. And a chance to see the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Always fun to see where everyone in the league stands. You look at Memphis, they're a rising team climbing to 5th on the board.
Seeing where the Celtics are, they've begun this year playing with some real fire, and it's produced some top-notch basketball, doing better than many expected.
Just about ready to get this one started. First, let's hear from Allie LaForce. Allie.
Jason Tatum already an all-star, but he won't rest until he's a superstar. He said, quote, "Nobody puts higher expectations on me than myself. When I have big games, I try not to get too excited. Because the guys I look up to, they do it often. I want to get to the point where when I do it, it's kind of like another night." Brian?
All right, Allie, thanks. And a new rookie class to watch here early in the season, Grant. How long should we wait to evaluate a rookie's play, you think?
Well, B.A., I think you have to give them a pass their whole first year. It just takes a minute to adjust and acclimate, and a lot depends on the age of the rookie as well.
And let's take a look at Boston's starting lineup. At the 2 and the 3, Brown and Tatum. Al Horford out there with Robert Williams. And it's Smart in at the point guard position. And for Atlanta, Collins at the 4 with Capella at center. DeJounte Murray is out there with Trae Young. And it's Bay in at the 3 spot. And it's the Hawks to start out. Now Murray really played well against Orlando in his last game. Collins outside. Pass to Young. Collins with a screen on Smart. Clock at 6. Here's Capella. Some solid defense from Williams. Collins against Horford. Tatum from long range. Collins with the rebound.
And talk about a guy betting on himself. Now, John Collins turned down a big contract prior to last season. It all worked out in his favor as he signed an even bigger one to stay with the Hawks. He's firmly planted as part of this team's young core.
Tatum against Collins. And Brown with the stuff.
Yeah, what a great decision by Jason Tatum. That passing ability, scoring ability.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Young against Smart.
Hi, everyone. Greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready for some NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. And here's a look at some numbers for DeJounte Murray.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Thank you, Kevin. Marcus Smart stands 6'3", but he said, I can guard bigs, so I started making a joke. I'm a stretch 6. Forget a stretch 5. My teammates loved it, and it just stuck with me. He added, I'm the youngest of 4 boys, so I've been up against bigger guys. For me, that means nothing. Kevin?
Stretch 6. I love that. Great stuff, David. Thank you. And now the opening lineup for Boston. Outside, the wings are Brown and Tatum. Horford is out there with Rob Williams. And it's Smart in at the point. And for Atlanta, Collins and Capella make up the inside pair. DeJounte Murray is out there with Young. And it's Bay in at the 3 spot. And for teams already exceeding expectations, Greg, their spirits are running sky high right now.
And it's such a great feeling to come out strong, but it's hard to maintain that consistency. The teams that do, they believe in themselves and they keep playing to their strength.
And it's the Hawks to start out. Smart against Young. Bay kicks to Capella. The pass to Collins. It's stolen by Brown. Inside. And Smart the bucket on the assist by Tatum.
Unselfish play by Tatum. Getting it to a shooter in rhythm instead of chasing his own shot.
Capella with a screen on Smart. Young passes to Collins. Here's Bay. Great D that time from Tatum. And it's Smart with the ball for Boston.
And you think back to that 2017 draft, scouts trying to poke holes in Tatum's game, but really, he just needed a little time to develop his skills and get stronger.
Here's Murray. Jason Tatum picking up that last basket.
Oh, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
Smart kicks to Brown. Tatum on the wing. And the dunk by Tatum.
Aggressive and efficient. Tatum using his size around the rim. That's what this team wants to see more of.
A slow start for Atlanta in this one. 6-point game. And without naming names, it feels like Tatum, is starting to dominate other all-stars at his position.
And now his game is so complete. Regularly over 40% from 3. He can drive it, post you up. The only success defenders have is when they guess right.
Tatum drives in. Misses the layup.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Took him no time at all on that one. Tatum's got 7 points in the game.
Well, he's knocking down most everything, guys. 3 of 4 here.
Collins, a screen on Brown. Unloads from 9, and again it's Atlanta.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
3-pointer, and Brown is good for 3.
And the 3-point shot is something that Brown continues to improve upon. It's important for him to be draining these looks.
Passes it to Capella. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Collins kicks to Young. Shot clock at 6. Outside for Murray. The 3. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the 3-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
All right, look who's coming under the board. Come on, get loud for your ETL Hawks dancers.
for a different look here. Okongwu's checked in for Clint Capella. Hunter comes in for John Collins. Griffin's checked in for Sadiq Bey. And it's Bogdanovich in for Murray. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Here's Pritchard. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. From deep. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Outside Griffin. Williams with the block. And they'll keep possession. Goes back up. 1:22 left in the first. Brogdon finds Williams. Back to Brogdon. Good. The nice assist for Williams.
Well, everything in sync right now for Brogdon. Nice base, good timing, good release.
Pass to Hunter. Okongwu with the screen for Hunter. Shot from 12. Rebound by Williams. Boston leading by 8. Jacks up a 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Young for 3. Not going to go that time. Now the Celtics take it the other way. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Atlanta.
Two conference rivals. I mean, they'll play each other a total of 4 times this season.
And guys, this first meeting always sort of sets the tone for how the rest of the season series will play out. For teams that know each other this well, this initial game is a big one.
The Hawks trail by 11. To stop the run. Atlanta again missing. Here's Pritchard. Lets it go with a 3. And so it's Boston holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We've got more in store for you right after this. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Celtics.
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
I'm loving the ping-pong action of the ball tonight. A decent number of assists so far.
So it's Boston now. And in at the forward positions, Hunter and Collins. DeJounte Murray is out there with Bogdanovich. And it's Capella in at the center. So that's the Hawks 5. And Murray's got the ball here for Atlanta. Trailing by 13. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
Yeah, in that game, the offense was firing on all cylinders, partly because the other team's defense was a no-show.
Yeah, with the defense struggling like that, I think they just stayed with a healthy, consistent pace to get that win. He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
Smart kicks to Tatum. Smart deciding where to go with it. Bogdanovich against Brogdon. 6 to shoot. Brown outside. Connects from three-point range.
For 3.
Brown's got the lead up to 13 now for Boston. Bogdanovich against Brogdon. Back to Bogdanovich. In the corner, Collins with it. Bogdanovich against Brogdon. From the line, it's deflected. Up top, Tatum. He's covered by Bogdanovich. Tatum's shot is off. Atlanta's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. The Celtics made the Eastern Conference Finals 3 times over 4 seasons, but last season, injuries and COVID protocols put them down a peg. Ownership and management are patiently staying the course.
And the first one drops. Now that he's attracting so much defensive attention, Greg, Brown is routinely getting others involved.
And how about his assist numbers have skyrocketed? And it's really not surprising. His sole focus is doing what's best for the team.
And the Hawks making a change here. Dave's checked in. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And Greg, you made your money on the defensive end. What was the toughest kind of player to defend? A one-on-one guy or a constant movement type of player?
I've always will say that it's harder to guard. You know, as a defender, you drill a lot about guarding the basket. But when a guy is great without it, man, that is the hardest job you can have defensively.
Robert Williams, he's checked in for Boston. Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. Bay against Brown. Pocket 6. To the paint, here's Collins. Some solid defense from Brown.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Tatum passes to Brogdon. Pass to Smart. It's Brown on the wing. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got 3 assists tonight.
Pretty much poor defensive effort there. You have to get a hand in his face when he's spotting up from distance.
Collins looking around. Bogdanovich finds Capella. Over Williams. And it's Capella missing. Here's the Celtics with the ball. They've got an 8-0 run. Tatum drives in. Rebound, Atlanta. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Robert Williams. That is his first foul of the game. Young's checked in for the Hawks. Williams, he's checked in for the Celtics. The Hawks trail by 18. And Atlanta calls their first time out of the game. Looking back at the 2017-18 season, Clint Capella, Brent, shot an eye-popping 65% from the field. That led the NBA.
Well, a third of his baskets were dunks during that season, so I would expect the percentage to actually, Kevin, be pretty high. And a lot of those were at the hands of James Harden at the time playing in Houston, who won the MVP that year. But he has the ability to roll and to finish. He has shown soft hands, and he plays defensively. So he's a great big who can put out to complement both sides of the floor.
Boston making some changes. Gallinari, he's checked in for Tatum. White comes in for Brown. And it's Pritchard in for Marcus Smart. About 3 minutes played so far in this second quarter. And here's Young from the arc. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin.
Now, during the draft process, lots of talk about Trae Young and Stephen Curry. I'll tell you what, there are more similarities than differences.
The Hawks trail by 15. From outside the arc, another 3 for Atlanta.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
Pritchard passes to Gallinari. Kicks it to Williams. Back to Gallinari. Shot clock at 6. There's the drive. Over Young. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Yeah, I have no idea why he went with the fadeaway there. The defense was nowhere near him, and he should have just kept it simple.
That's it, and the Celtic lead is cut to just 9 in the basket from Bay.
You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot. That's one of the best three-point shooters in the league.
To see how teams are faring across the league, here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. You look at the Grizzlies. They've achieved some upward momentum, climbing to the 5th spot on the board.
And I think for the Hawks, they're moving in the wrong direction. The good news, though, it's still early in the season. A lot of games.
One goes. Pritchard's got 8 points.
That play never gets old. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
And so it's Young who brings it up for the Hawks. 11-point game. He kicks to Murray. And he drives in. Hey, gets the bucket.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
For Boston, they've gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. And Young comes over to help. Here's Gallinari. And some very quick points for him on that possession. Gallinari's got his first points in this one.
And he's really mastered the catch and shoot as defenses try to close out. Hard to guard.
Here's Young. 11 points in the game. There's 31 seconds left to play in the first half.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
White up top. He's covered by Murray. And it's White missing.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. The D's giving it to him, and he's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
He kicks to Young. Takes a 3. He's the long-range jumper. He's got 14.
Trae Young, one of those guys who you feel is capable of going off at any moment. One of the league's elite scorers.
Jaylen Brown has been leading the charge for the Boston Celtics. He's been a major threat from three-point range. Got 2 of them to fall in that quarter. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, guys. Here with Jason Tatum. You have been rolling early. How did you get in that rhythm?
Just staying aggressive. Just continue to get in the gym and see something go in. It feels good to see him go in early, and so good to have us have a good start. Hopefully we keep it up.
Yeah, it was flowing great in that first half, Jay. Thanks very much. Back to you guys.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
Two quarters of play completed as we welcome you to take a look at some of the upcoming games on the schedule. For the Magic, they'll be up against the Knicks in New York. That one gets going 7:30 Eastern Time. And guys, let's talk first half. Jaylen Brown, he's been phenomenal.
It's fun to see him shred the Nets like this. They've been trying to get him good looks, get him into rhythm, and the mission is accomplished. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments will be made in the second half.
Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
and the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
Yeah, he keeps tracking down those spots behind the three-point line and finding some open opportunities.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Celtics leading by 8. Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court for the Celtics. Smart in the backcourt with Brown to his side. Williams is out there with Horford. And it's Tatum in at the 3. The small forward.
And what impressed me about Smart last year, and we're seeing it this year as well, his patience and precision as a playmaker.
Now here's Smart. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. Fades. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
How about the attitude Tatum has? I mean, if he has room to shoot, he is going to let it fly.
And the assist totals show how far Smart has come.
Averaging around 3 dimes a year at the start of his career. He's now doubling that effort when given the minutes. Good sign for him and this team.
Brown, good.
And you gotta love how seriously Brown takes his ability to score. He has the green light to fire from just about anywhere on the court.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Now here's Murray. He's got 5. And the foul on Marcus Smart. That's his first foul.
It's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
For the Hawks, Hunter's checked in for Bay, and it's Bogdanovich in for Murray. Here's Capella, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Yeah, you could tell Hunter knew he was open, did not hesitate to find him.
Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. Smart against Young. And here's Tatum for 3. Atlanta with the rebound. Down low, here's Collins. And then Collins slams it in.
What a dunker this guy is. Collins capable of bringing this crowd out of their seats.
Nice job capturing the moment on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Smart against Young. And here's Tatum for 3. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Doing a lot of nice work now from the field. He's helped get them this lead, and now he's helped them keep it.
The Hawks trail by 8. Outside Collins. Here's the dish to Bogdanovich. Williams with the block.
The amazing thing about Williams, yeah, he can block shots inside, but he can also block shots out on the perimeter. His ability to play in space means he's more than just a rim protector. Doesn't care where you're shooting from.
And here's Young after Marcus Smart got his shot to go from deep. It's up a 3. Jaylen Brown with the rebound. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for Boston. They led by as many as 18 points. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
3. Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble. You could see he wanted to get it back. Sadly, he couldn't capitalize from outside the arc.
Here's Tatum. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Capella's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Brown against Bogdanovich. That one goes in.
Well, Bogdanovich is a shooter, and he's got good feel from the mid-range.
Which loudest section wants a t-shirt? All right, look who's coming under the court. Come on, get loud for your ETL Hawks dancers.
Both teams will make substitutions. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. You take a look at the Celtics. A terrific position for them as they hold up that illustrious top spot, but it's a long season, as we all know. And checking out Atlanta, they find themselves in the dregs of the conference.
And you know, for Boston,
the squad is off the charts. And with the momentum they're gathering here early in the year, they could steamroll through the season.
One thing you love about stars like Danilo Gallinari is how they remind you that basketball is truly an international game.
And especially, GA, for Gallinari to want to come over and play against the best in the world. It wasn't about achieving MVPs and accolades in the Italian league. He wanted to stack up his skill set versus the best small forwards and power forwards in the NBA, and Gallo has had a remarkable career as a professional here in the States.
White finds Gallinari. And here's Brogdon from the arc. Doesn't go for him. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. Griffin looking around. Over Gallinari. That shot by Griffin, no good.
With nobody getting a hand in his face in that painted area, that's a miss he's going to be disappointed with.
The pass to Brown. Launches a three. Traps in the tray. Brown's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Celtics.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Here's Young. Gallinari with the rebound.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Brogdon the pass to Brown. Here's White. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
3 points.
And the Celtics lead by 19. And so it's the Boston Celtics taking a 19-point lead into the break. And with as many three-pointers as they've drained, it's easy to see why they're on the cusp of a blowout. And we'll be right back after this. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Atlanta's shooting 47%, pretty solid. Collins and Capella make up the inside pair. DeJounte Murray is out there with Trae Young. And it's Bay in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Boston leading by 19 points. Nobody near Williams. And again, Boston with the triple.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
And the Hawks with possession here. Young taking his time here. No dice from the high post.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
Young for 3, sinks the three-pointer. Young's got 20 points.
I mean, he is bringing his game, guys. Another jumper from distance.
Brogdon against Collins. It's stolen by Capella. Bay kicks to Collins. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. For 3, Murray. No good there.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
The shot by Brogdon wide open. Good, and Smart gets the assist.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
The Hawks have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Passes to Bay. Three-pointer. And Boston with the rebound. To the inside, Williams. And Williams with the stuff.
Well, the size that Brogdon has at the point guard, a good job of finding somebody over the top.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Young passes to Capella. Here's Murray. Lets it go from deep. Hits it from three-point range.
No way he's going to pass that shot. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on him.
And it's Smart with the ball for Boston. We're in the fourth quarter here. Just under 2.5 minutes gone. And stolen by Murray. Young with the ball. Now guarded by Smart. Young's shot is good.
Well, he's been carrying them all night on offense, but at some point, he's going to need some help.
Smart with the ball. And there's the drive. Oh, and he pops it off the glass. Wow. And Young kicks to Bay. Shoots over Brogdon. That one a little long.
That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D backing off.
Well, the grimace of pain tells it all. He's hurt, and let's hope he's okay.
And that's the one thing you just really can't control or even guard against, and that's injury.
Yep, you can do all the stretching and all the strength training, eat right, train right, but at the end of the day, it's pretty random.
Some changes for Boston. Williams is checked in for Williams, and it's Brown in for Marcus Smart. And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Jaylen Brown.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
And as the star of this team, he knows he's going to be the object of the crowd's anger. Celtics leading by 22.
Hey, get Jason.
And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter.
I see him. 2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Tatum against Bay. Tatum drives in. From 13 feet, it goes down. Tatum's got 5 points now in the quarter.
A mix of agility and strength makes Tatum lethal inside. He can easily work around the defense.
Now here's Murray. Outside Holiday. Here's Bay. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
You gotta try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot. That's one of the best three-point shooters in the league.
Again, the Celtics good for two.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Celtics.
Not only did they shoot the ball better, but they had more assists.
Yeah, I thought the passing in terms of finding the open man gave them the higher percentage shots. The ball movement was key for the win.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Jaylen Brown.
You can't look back at too many major moments in this game and not see his imprint put all over it.
Now here's Brown. Got that one up quick.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That's his first foul. And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics.
Checking in for the Celtics.
There's 42 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And Griffin slams it in.
At this point, they're just trying to get back in sync. You want to play a good brand of basketball.
The consistency definitely is a a key to some of the playoff performing teams, and tonight they just did not find it in this contest.
Here's Muscala after the basket by Atlanta. Shoots over Capella. Again, the Celtics good for 2.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
Now, here is Young.
Dirk White. And that's his first personal foul.
And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
Yeah, quick thinking pays off big. What a block.
At the line for Atlanta, Trae Young. At the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good.
And in just his second season, Trae Young made his first All-Star game in 2020. An amazing accomplishment. He finished second in assists, 4th in points per game, and is starting to cement himself as an elite offensive talent.
Both shots good from the stripe. Here's Pritchard. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who's standing by with our player of the game. Take it away, David.
Thanks, guys. Malcolm, you're on a real roll right now. How do you think things are going?
I feel great. You know, there are going to be stretches where we don't play as good a basketball than the stretches where we're playing very good basketball. So, you know, the key is to have long stretches of good basketball, and that's what we're doing right now.
It's the best you played all season, man. Congrats. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Berry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
Told mom I'ma change. I told her I'm striving for greatness. I told her we gon' reach the top. No more living in the basement. No more public transportation.